In this video we will see most of the details of the mortar shells commonly used during the Second World War in the European Western Front. All the shells you will see in this video has been found empty and inert and has been drilled. The purpose of this video is to help you identifying the mortar tails when you find one of them with a metal detector. Obviously, if you find a bomb, a full bomb, do not touch it, it's dangerous, call the police. The first one is an empty mortar bomb for the 3-inch British mortar. Here there is its tail. You can see it was part of an exploded shell. The screwed part is destroyed, but the tail is still in good conditions, being thrown away from the explosion. It's an easy identification because it has 2 holes. This is a tail of an American 60mm illuminating round, the MX3A1. A timed fuse, 40 seconds after the launch, ignites the expelling charge, dividing the shell and ejecting the illuminating charge and the parachute contained in the tail. The illuminating charge burns for 25 seconds and descends at a rate of about 3 meters per second. Here there is the tail of the 60mm US mortar M49A2. It was a very little mortar shell, limited damage, but very high rate of fire, easy to transport and easy to set for the fire. The tail is very similar to the illuminating shell, but here is screwed to the body of the shell, so the identification is easy. This is a British tail for the 4.2-inch, the heavy British mortar. It could be high explosive, smoke or vice phosphor. You can see the bigger dimension and the 3 holes. The 3-inch mortar shell has 2 holes. This is the tail of an American rocket M8, 4.5-inch. Lacking of accuracy, it was being launched from multiple launchers on the ground or installed on planes, P-47 or P-48. It was used mostly as a barrage weapon. Before the launch, the fins were in this position. This is the tail of SAP RP3, a 3-inch British rocket. It was mostly an air-to-ground rocket. It had a warhead of 27 kilos. No wonder the tail is so damaged. Also, this one had problems of accuracy, but it was effective against buildings, trucks, trains and tanks. Here there is a tail for the 2.0-inch British mortar shell, a little mortar. It's in very good conditions. You had to insert the firing cartridge after removing the bottom cap. Also this shell, similar to the American 60mm, delivered few damages, but had a high rate of fire and was easy to transport. This is the tail of the heavy German mortar, 10 cm. Very heavy and difficult to move, needed a crew of 7 people. It had a range of around 3 kilometers. This is the tail of the German 81mm. Widely used by Wehrmacht from 1939 to 1945, more than 74 million bombs for this mortar were produced. You can recognize it easily by the number of fins. This one is a mortar tail damaged from the explosion. You can see the screwed parts destroyed and the holes being oval due to the force of the explosion. Here you can see an example of some German inert mortar 81mm shells in their container. Obviously these rounds are inert. The Wehrmacht had containers in metal or wood. This is the wood container. Its counterpart was 81mm American shell M43A1. Not necessary to tell you, it's inert. Here are some metal containers, easy to stack but very heavy, containing 4 shells each. Let's open one of them. The weight of the shell was around 3 kilos. This tail still has the spring clips used to fix the incrementing charges. This is also the tail of a mortar US shell M43A1, but the explosion detached the fins and gave it the appearance of the flower. Quite funny, but tails without the fins are quite common to be found. This is an Italian 81mm tail. It's very similar to the American shell, but it has folded fins. This is the tail of another 81mm American shell, M56, like explosive, or M57, chemical, white phosphorus, or smoke. The shell of this tail, of course, exploded. You see, the holes are oval and the screw is destroyed. Another tail. The shell was contained in a fiber tube. Two fiber tubes were contained in this wood container, quite heavy indeed. This is the same tail. Despite it has some missing things, it should have been removed from an unexploded shell. Look at the undamaged screw and the holes around. This tail has an interesting story. Look at this hole. It was caused by a bullet. This tail has been used as target by a soldier, and it also seems the soldier had a good aim. It don't seem so, but also this one is a tail of a mortar shell. It's a tail of a 107mm mortar shell, M329A2, US chemical mortar shell. The weight of the shell was around 12 kilos. This is a tail with a propelling charge. The detonator was on the top of the shell. The copper rotating band was pre-engraved, wasn't engraved by the mortar, as it would happen in a standard gun. Maybe it is exploded, but maybe has been deactivated. This one could be the sign of something used to force the tail and remove the explosive. He was really brave or mad. Here a beautiful tail of an Italian mortar, 81mm. While unfired, it was in this shape. In these holes there were some nails who kept the tail closed. After being fired, the flames from the ignition charge removed the nails and opened the tail, helped by the spring. So the tail assumed its flight disposition. Ingenious, isn't it? Italians lost the war, but they won the prize for the most elegant design.